Hello everyone, this is Voice Aloud or Vi. This is the fifth and probably the last part of the documentation. As I was saying in my last vlog, I was dating this 40-year-old and I was 20 at the time. My coworker actually got us to meet, and no, I didn't really know anything about relationships, and all this time I've dated or had boyfriends, but it just didn't work out. And mainly I had trouble with sexually attracting, I wasn't sexually attracted to guys. But this one I kind of was. He had this whole dark, mysterious thing, and it sucked me in. I love guys who are mysterious and I can't figure out, and are kind of on the danger side, which is probably the bad thing for me. Um, but anyway, we started dating. Our first date was actually on Valentine's Day of '09, and we went four-wheeling, and I should have left him after this, but he left me to go to his ex-wife on Valentine's Day with his parents, who I didn't really know, and they wanted me to party with them, and I was like, you know what, I just want to go home, and, but I stayed with him. He again played my game, saying one minute he loved me, next minute he was confused, and he kept begging me to stay with him because he wanted me to, I guess the word, make him love me. And I stayed with him for 9 months, and we've always partied, and the only, I never really been truly dated. Dating was going to my boyfriend's parents' house, or riding on bikes around the town. Or in this last time I dated, we actually just went to parties and in the bedroom, and that's all we ever did for 9 months. Needless to say, I gave him my virginity rather quickly, and I fell in love even quicker. And I was totally in love with this guy, and I'm still in love with this guy even to this day, and it's hard to be not with him, but the attraction is not there, and being with this guy, it would really be bad. Um, he was very aggressive in the bedroom, I should say. To one point, I wanted to add some foreplay into it, and he got a little carried away, and he choked me while I was knelt on the floor, and it was just horrific. And I was shortly after that I ended it, and I was in a church that I adored for almost 4 years, and I went back and I confessed everything to the pastor, and by January this year, or December actually, '09, I found out I was going to college finally. And by January this year, instead of being happy that I get to go into college for the first time, I was mourning and hurt and broken because my pastor raped me and took what I told him, my sexual sin, against me, and took advantage of me. And 3 days later I had to go to college, so I sucked it up and tried to be strong, and I walked into college, which was supposed to be a moment of joy. Came out to be, it was hard. After that, the church shunned me for it. They blamed me, saying, oh, it was consensual, how could you sleep with the pastor? His wife was my best friend, and she walked out of my life completely, and I was alone. I mean, all my friends, my family was there. And yeah, I slipped. I stopped being a Christian, and I went straight to Wicca, and I quit smoking. I used the anger of it to quit smoking, but the pain, I was in college, and when someone said something funny, this is how much pain I had. I would laugh, and I'll end up crying right there in class, and I'm like, you know what, maybe they think it's just I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. And it was very hard to get through that. And then I got a job, and it's like, yes, everything's going up, and everything was going so well for me, and I lost all of it in August. I had a mental and emotional breakdown, and physical problems appeared. Physically, I'm disabled. Mentally and emotionally, I'm also disabled. And not being able to work is horrific. It was the worst scenario. I went into, I seeked help from professional help and got on meds for ADD. Discovered I'm very, very, very severely dissociative, and I have acute stress disorder and severe panic attacks now. But I still maintain college, and I'm still getting C's and B's from that. And not only that, but I told my mother that I'm not interested in men and I'm gay. And the only reason I say bisexual is to keep that option open in case I do fall in love, because you don't know really who you fall in love with. And the hardest part for me right now is dealing with anger. And yes, I am in anger management. But the really hard part is walking into a store and seeing the very person that raped you get off scot-free, because you were so terrified to do anything about it, knowing how the law doesn't always, especially here on the shore, if you're prestigious and you're a pastor that everybody knows, or you're doing so good, he could end up suing me for slander, and I couldn't afford to pay him, so I would have ended up going to jail probably. And the hard part is going to stores and you see him. And last time I was in Walmart and I saw him, and I have never been so happy in my life to have my mother with me, because I knew if she wasn't with me, he would have tried to approach me. And he looked me square in the eye, and I just looked away. And I felt like someone just knocked the air out of me. And I wanted to run and hide, because I face that every day. And where the church is, I see that church every day to college and back. And yeah, in a way, I overcame a lot, and I'm strong, but I haven't healed all the way from what he did, and the pain is still there. But there's one determination that I have, and I refuse to let anybody knock me down. And hopefully through this documentation you can see what I've overcome, and hopefully be around to see what I will overcome. And if you're going through a rough time, you can overcome it. Because if I can overcome all of this, you can overcome anything.